How y'all doing? So my overall final takes on the Janet Jackson documentary. What was really revealed, and did it really enlighten anything? And you know, I did a video earlier where I said that she put Michael Jackson basically on the bus, and she didn't let that kind of die. The documentary felt it was missing things. Um, Obviously, I remember the whole thing with Poetic Justice with her and Tupac, and she made him take an AIDS test. That was never talked about. I know about when she was going to do Rhythm Nation. Originally, she was going to work with another producer, and the word is that A&M Ruckus told her you better give Jam and Lewis whatever they want. So that was kind of glossed and romanticized. There were things that were glossed and romanticized in the documentary. Paul Abdul had already known the Jackson. She had already known Jackie Jackson pretty well before we get to the choreography of her working with Janet. So that was a whole nother story. She did a torture video for the Jacksons. So that was already done. You know, and the whole thing with Timberlake, you know, I always thought it was calculated. Um, it backfired. But the thing is, him being a white artist and she being black, she caught the brunt of it. You know, an accessory. Because I always tell the story. I said, let Usher have grabbed up on Britney Spears back in 2004, as big as Usher was. He'd have been under the jail. Believe that. But Timberlake ended up was at the Grammys grinning and showing it up, and he was all giddy. And his career was going stuff. So some people in the black community held against him, but he was going good until he came out. His records over time, he hit his peak in 2006, Sexy Back and that whole thing. That was his highs. After that, it was hit and miss, and then it's been downhill on the music. So he's what's going on with that. As far as her and Michael go, Michael had nothing to do with her backfiring. I know she brought about the Coca Cola thing or what have you. There were plenty of opportunities. Janet Jackson was thriving quite well. You could make the argument in the 90s she was more commercially viable before. And the Velvet Rope was big. She still had people checking her out, and she was still doing things. She made movies. What is she talking about? She had a film career. She can't really act, but she had a film career. Okay? She was in the Clump movie with Eddie. She did Why Did I Get Married Too? She had a film career. So it's not like she didn't have a fallback plan. She still was touring. You know, she wrecked her own thing with that Super Bowl thing because she forgot that she was a black woman. And with the last name, Michael's case, I will say it had some parts, but not enough parts to destroy her. No, no, she was her own worst enemy. Big bottom line was the industry wanted to get younger, and the kind of material she does and how she was carrying herself was not acting like a stylish artist. She actually rewinded back into something that made her, uh, it was less than quality material. That's basically what happened. Her material wasn't up to par anymore. That maturation that she showed in Control and Real Nation, those were her peaks and her primes. All the way up to 24 played the one on the greatest hits, and that's the way love goes. She was sensual, sexual, but she wasn't over the top. And her stuff over time got watered down. It just wasn't the same. Now, she also owns her masters. She did not talk about that. She got her masters back with her music. And she has had an impact as an artist. But did I get anything out this documentary that was I'm glad she acknowledges her brothers and her father and her mother, and I'm glad of that and all that. But a lot of stuff was, run of the mill. Um, Personal life, you really can't gauge it because it always seems like it's the same old story, and things just don't seem to ever go right. And I don't know, Sometimes you gotta look at yourself in the mirror while you pointing fingers. But it was entertaining in spots, but it was definitely a lot of holes in there that got whitewashed. But I mean, you can't take nothing from her career. All around entertainer, uh, TV, film, and music. So you can't take that in a live performer. However, like I said before, some of it was you know, kind of spotty. So, it's one of them that you saw some things which were entertaining, some things that were interesting, but I don't know if it merited all that. And I know all them commercials were a bit too much, but I hope she got some of what she wanted to say out. Anyway, give me your thoughts and takes about the Janet Jackson documentary. Did you get anything out of it? I don't really trust a lot of those because, again, there's some of them are fluff pieces and they really don't go into the whole weight of everything, because there's a lot of stories within the story. So, but anyway, give me your thoughts or tips. Please like that, subscribe, or welcome thoughts and comments. And I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for one another. And if they do a documentary on somebody, let it be where it balances the real heat. To me, the best thing that I can recall an artist that really put it out there was that Sammy Davis Jr. book. That's one of the most honest. Most people ain't that honest. I'm out.